Stay together, guys. There are bears around here.
Don't worry. If a bear comes, just play dead.
Well, that doesn't always work, Big Granny. What we need to do depends on the situation and type of bear we are facing. Yes, so in today's episode, let me share a few survival tips with you all by answering an unbearable question. What if you were attacked by a bear? Zoom in! Bears are typically shy and do not usually attack humans. However, if you happen to come across an aggressive mama bear protecting her young, knowing what to do and understanding different bear species can make a significant difference in such situations. Yes, although there are 8 types of bears, grizzly and black bears are the ones humans are most likely to encounter. So, if you spot any species of bear at a distance, stay calm and avoid startling them. Slowly back away in the opposite direction without turning your back on the bear until it is out of sight. But if a bear spots you and starts to approach, it's important to stand your ground and resist the urge to run. Running may trigger the bear's natural desire to hunt and lead them to chase after you. And considering their speed, we can never outrun them. So instead, remain still and reach for your bear spray bottle. Once the bear is within range, remove the safety tip and spray the bear's face until it flees. But what if you don't have a spray with you? Well, in that case, start talking to the bear. Yes, by talking calmly, you'll let the bear know you are a human and not a prey animal. Once it recognizes you, it may come closer or stand on its hind legs to get a better look or smell. A standing bear is usually curious, not threatening. In some cases, bears may also react defensively by woofing, growling, snapping their jaws, and laying their ears back. Continue to talk to the bear in low tones. This will help you to stay calmer, and it won't be threatening to the bear. As bears do not have any desire to be around people, they'll usually drift away. However, if the bear perceives you as a threat to its territory or kids, you need to choose your strategy wisely based on the species of bear. For instance, climbing a tree is not advisable if it's a black bear. Since they are excellent climbers, playing dead is also not recommended for black bears, as they are unlikely to fall for it. So, the only way to survive a black bear attack is by fighting back as aggressively as possible and using any available objects as weapons such as rocks or sticks and aiming for the bear's sensitive areas like the eyes, nose, and mouth. And when it comes to brown and grizzly bears, you can take a chance by playing dead, as these bears tend to only attack if they feel threatened. So, if one of these bears comes near, lie down in the fetal position, tuck your knees to your chest and cover your head. The bear is likely going to wander off once they realize you aren't going to hurt them. Trivia time! Did you know there are 40 bear attacks on humans worldwide every year? Yes, and most bear attacks were because a mother bear was trying to protect her cubs from danger. Hope you learned something life-saving today. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out. What are you applying on your bread, Granny?
Honey.
Oh, never mind! Watch out, little kitty. Oh, no. This could be dangerous.
Why?
Well, let me explain. Hey friends, so in today's episode, let us learn a few survival tricks and tactics on how to survive a dog attack. Zoom in. Dogs. These lovely animals are our best friends and guardians of our houses. But at times, due to fear, anxiety or conflict, they can get very aggressive and snarl or even bark at us. And due to our fight or flight response, if we start running, then the dog's wolf side can get triggered and they might think of us as their prey. Then there is a high chance they might chase us down or even attack us. Of course, it's not a dog's fault as they are just acting according to their ancestral traits. But for our safety, let us learn what we can do to tackle such a challenging situation and survive a dog attack. Well, in that case, the first thing to keep in mind is not to panic. Yes, as we know, dogs can sense our fear. So if you come face to face with an aggressive dog ready to attack, try not to make any movement and remain as calm as possible. And if you're already running and the dog is threatened by the speed of your movement, then slow down to a walk and eventually stand still. Also, avoid making direct eye contact with the dog as it will take it as a challenge. So, just make sure you stand a little aside with your hands by your side like a tree while keeping the dog in your peripheral vision. In many cases, the dog will lose interest and walk away if you ignore him. But if the dog stays, try and distract the dog with another object. Yes, if you are carrying a water bottle, jacket or something, throw it in the other direction. This may distract the dog and give you enough time to escape slowly. And if nothing seems to work, then the best possible solution could be to act dominating, make eye contact, and command the dog to back off in a firm and very confident voice. By doing this, the dog may find you intimidating and run away. But the vital question is, what if things turn for the worse and the stubborn dog starts biting you? Well, in that case, the last resort is to fight back. I know it sounds unfortunate, but you've got to defend yourself as your life depends on it. So, if the dog grabs you by the teeth, use your feet or make a fist and try smacking a blow on the nose, throat, or back of the head and scream for help while doing so. And the most important thing to do while fighting is to protect your vital parts like your face, eyes, and throat, as that can be very dangerous. So to protect it, try using your weight to your advantage by pressing the back of the dog with your partial body weight and applying forward pressure to the back of the neck to immobilize the dog until help comes. And once you get help, quickly rush to the hospital to take care of the wounds. And if needed, take an anti-rabies shot. Trivia time! Did you know US alone reports around 4.5 million dog bites a year? Yes, so the best way to reduce dog attacks is by training them, having them in a protected yard, or keeping them on a leash if people are around. Hope you learned something vital today. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out. Oh, never mind. Oh no, little kitty, don't panic.
Sharks, too scary.
Well, not if we know how to keep them away. Well, so in today's episode, let's learn surviving tactics by answering a life-saving question. How to survive a shark attack? Zoom in. All kinds of sharks are predators, meaning those who hunt for food. This hunting characteristic is vital for their survival, just like for any other carnivorous species on our planet. But movies like Jaws and The Meg manage to amplify these wild traits, creating a monstrous aura of them, causing a sense of fear amongst us. Because of this, every time we are on the beach or swimming in the sea, we are always on our toes, hoping not to cross the path with a hungry shark. But you'll be glad to know that the chances of you coming across a shark on the shore is pretty less, because these giant fish prefer to live deep underwater and they rarely attack humans. But it does not guarantee total safety, as people going surfing or scuba diving are always at risk of encountering sharks, and that's why it is vital to be aware of steps one must take in case of such an unwanted event. So, what should you do if you come face to face with these sea hunters? Well, your basic instinct will tell you to swim for your life. But unless you are very close to the shore and can reach the surface, swimming is not the best option. Yes, that's because you can't outswim a shark, and your rapid body movement will trigger the shark to act on its basic instinct, which is to catch its prey that generally works the same way or protect itself from a potential threat. So, to avoid getting misjudged by the sharks, it is advised to remain calm and make minimum body movement. This way, it is very much possible that the shark wouldn't feel threatened or the need to attack you and swim away. However, avoid acting dead too, because that gives the shark a sense that it has won, and it might take a bite out of your flesh, which might be very painful. And if it happens to take a bite, seeing no movement in you, do not look at the bitten area, as watching yourself bleeding can be nauseating. Then, what must you do? Well, now when you are utterly calm, without sending threat signals to it, try and maintain eye contact with it. Yes, just like we pet our dogs, sharks can also become our friends if we show them how assertive and friendly we can be with them. Maintaining eye contact with them will not only help you keep an eye on its movement, but the shark will also think of you as another predator it doesn't want to mess with, giving you an upper hand. But if you see a shark
in an attacking position, it's better to find a solid surface like a rock or coral reef and hide behind it. Or in open water, get back to back with another swimmer so that you can see and defend against an attack from any direction. And in the worst case scenario, if the shark attacks you, then you have no choice but to fight back and hit the fish with repeated hard blows on its weak areas like gills, eyes, or snout until the shark lets you go and swims away. But even if the shark swims away, you are not truly safe until you are out of the water. Yes, sharks may leave temporarily and then return to continue the attack. So, when given a chance, get back to the shore or back on the boat as quickly and smoothly as possible. Trivia time! Did you know the largest shark in the ocean is a whale shark? Yes, and the dwarf lantern shark is the smallest species of shark. Hope you learned something new today. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out. Wow, tuna! Never mind.
Hey, little kitty, pack your bags. We are going to Komodo Island to see your favorite animal, the Komodo Dragon. Oh, no. I understand your fascination with them, but going anywhere near the Komodo Dragon will be too risky. Let me explain that in today's episode by answering a nerve-biting question. What if a Komodo dragon bites you? Zoom in. If you think dragons exist only in folklore and fairy tales, then come to Indonesia's Komodo Island and witness the biggest and heaviest lizards on Earth, the Komodo dragons. These creatures can reach around the length of 10 feet long and can weigh more than 140 kilograms or 300 pounds. With their long tail, flat heads, rounded snouts, scaly skin, curved legs, and enormous muscular tails, Komodo dragons rule the region as apex predators who eat almost anything that comes their way, including deer, pigs, and even large water buffalo. While hunting, they tend to camouflage themselves with their surroundings and hide patiently in bushes or tall grasses. Once their prey comes within range, the Komodo dragon pounds on their victim with powerful legs and sharp claws, then sink in their shark-like teeth loaded with toxins coming from their venom glands. At times, the prey might pass out instantly due to dropped blood pressure, heavy bleeding, and induced shock. But even if the poor prey manages to escape their deadly jaws, unfortunately, they won't be able to survive for long, as the Komodo's saliva is assumed to contain large amounts of bacteria which poisons their victims, usually within 24 hours. After this, the dragons will patiently follow their bitten prey for miles, using their awesome sense of smell to eat the lifeless carcass. Terrifying, isn't it? But what's more terrifying is that humans are fascinated by these giant creatures and often visit their habitat for fun. In that case, a hungry dragon could think of us as a threat and attack us. So to avoid this nightmare, always try to stay around other people and walk on the park's official trekking paths. Because if you leave your group and path, the Komodo hiding behind the bushes are most likely to attack you. Even if you are on a path and group, do not make any sudden movements as this might scare the dragon, triggering an attack. Plus, avoid going on a trek in case you are bleeding, as even the slightest smell of blood could attract the crawling dragons towards you, as they might think of you as their prey. But if you get lost and come across a hungry dragon charging toward you with a speed of 21 kilometers per hour, then immediately start running in the opposite direction, as we can easily outrun them. And if the dragon is too close and you are too tired, then the best option is to start running in a zigzag pattern, as the dragon can only run straight ahead. And in a worst-case scenario, if the dragon manages to bite you, get medical help without wasting any time. With some wound management and antibiotics, you'll be fine in no time. But fortunately, Komodo dragons rarely attack humans and only do so when bothered. So, it's better to leave them alone and help their diminishing population grow.
Trivia time!
Did you know the scientific name for Komodo dragon is Varanus
Komodo inesis.
Also, they are known to eat up to 80% of their body weight in a single feeding. Hope you had fun today. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out. Look, kitty, a Komodo dragon. Never mind. Wait, little kitty. Don't go too deep. That's because there are rumors about giant squid sighting in this area. Now what? Now we must learn about what we can do to protect ourselves if we ever come face to face with a giant squid by answering a vital question. What if you were attacked by a giant squid? Zoom in! Welcome to the deep sea, where a member of the cephalots family named giant squids roam free with their gigantic bodies that can grow up to 43 feet in length. Plus, they have 8 arms and 2 longer whip-like tentacles that can reach about 23 feet that help them bring food to their beak-like mouths. On top of that, they have the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, which are about 10 inches in diameter, which help them to spy on objects in dark depths where most other creatures would see nothing. Though they might come across as ferocious monsters, in reality, they are very calm and not aggressive towards humans, as they rarely attack us. But in case you ever find yourself in an unfortunate situation and came across a hungry giant squid, there are a few steps you must take to survive it. Firstly, if you're going diving or exploring the ocean, always be prepared and make sure you have all the necessary equipment like a wetsuit, fins, and a knife to defend yourself against deep-sea creatures. Secondly, remember that though giant squids usually don't attack humans, they would get aggressive if they feel someone is invading their territories or being a threat, or if they mistake a swimmer for food. So, make sure to respect their boundaries and stay away from them. But in case you happen to come pretty close to them, make sure to stay calm and do not make rapid body movement. That's because if you keep still and show the squid that you're not a threat, it's likely that it will leave you alone and swim away. However, in the worst case scenario, if a giant squid happened to grab you by your feet, then you have no choice but to protect yourself by using your knife or thumb to strike its eyes, as they are its most sensitive part, or aim for its beak, as this is where it chews its food. Another option is to try to grab one of its tentacles and pull, as the suction cups will release their grip. And in the unlikely event that you get dragged underwater, it's important to remember that you still have time to fight back. Giant squids only have enough air in their bodies to last a few minutes. So, if you're able to hold your breath, you could potentially outlast the squid and make your escape. Finally, the safest way to avoid such scenarios is by educating yourself about the creatures you may encounter in the ocean. Learn about their behavior, habitats, and how to react in different situations. The more you know, the better you'll be prepared.
Trivia time!
Did you know, like all squids, giant squids have 3 hearts? Also, a study shows that giant squid tentacles can regenerate. Now, that's a real superpower. Hope you learned some important tactics today. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out. Whoa!